Today we're going to make a modern standard, the Long Island iced tea. For this drink, you're going to need a Collins glass, a graduated double jigger, a measuring spoon, a fancy straw, a vegetable peeler, a cocktail shaker, and optionally, a Lewis bag and an ice mallet. This drink uses tequila, rum, gin, vodka, orange liqueur, freshly squeezed lemon juice, rich simple syrup, Mexicoke, and a lemon peel for garnish. If we're experiencing a cocktail renaissance, then this drink was created and became famous in the dark ages. The 1970s and 80s were not a particularly inspiring time for cocktails. The emphasis was on fast, cheap, and masking the flavor of booze. The Long Island iced tea is a poster child for the 70s cocktails. It's like the boozy equivalent of a soda fountain suicide. Just one of everything and a splash of Coke. There are a lot of rumors about the origin of this drink, including a Prohibition-Era recipe with the same name. However, the version that became famous was most likely created by Bob Butt, aka Rosebud, in 1972 at the Oak Beach Inn on Long Island. Rosebud's drink was invented for a contest to come up with a drink using triple sec. The result was what we all identify as the Long Island iced tea. Rosebud specified all white spirits, sour mix, and some Coke to make it the color of iced tea. So it has all the trimmings of a 1970s cocktail. The Long Island iced tea is not something that commands a lot of respect these days. That's because it's easy to screw up. The ingredients are key. And the original recipe called for some less than exciting stuff, like sour mix, which produced a less than exciting result. The best recipe I found comes from Jeffrey Morgenthaler, the outspoken bar manager of Clyde Common in Portland, Oregon, not Maine. He throws out the sour mix, uses quality components, and elevates the drink while still adhering to the original recipe. He's coloring inside the lines. It's just that his coloring book looks better than yours. The key is his homemade replacement for sour mix. The beauty of his replacement is in the balance of the fresh lemon juice and rich simple syrup. It maintains the same volume, but tastes a lot better. Rich simple syrup is like regular simple syrup, just double the sugar. This 2-to-1 sugar to water syrup is ideal, but feel free to adjust the recipe if all you have is 1-to-1 simple syrup. His other refinement is a little more obvious, which is to use quality spirits. You can make the lemon and simple as wonderful as you'd like, but it's still going to run into trouble being paired with some cloying, awful spirits. The spirits don't exactly stand out the way they do in a Negroni or something, but they'll still spoil the recipe if they aren't good. Morgenthaler has some good recommendations for spirits, but I like using the lineup from the 86 company. They make the perfect Long Island iced tea starter kit. The rum, gin, and tequila are boldly flavored expressions of each spirit, and the vodka has a great silky mouthfeel. Cointreau is my go-to for a quality triple sec, but any well-made triple sec will do. And of course, Mexicoke is always the way to go for recipes that call for cola. This version of the Long Island iced tea tastes like a lemonade. A hardcore, boozy lemonade. You just don't know that it's hardcore. The combination of tequila and Cointreau stands out just a hair above the rest, so that it has a little bit of a margarita flavor to it. This version is not the usual 70s albatross. It's been cleaned up and made presentable, so now it's not something you're embarrassed to be seen with in public. Before I get started, I like to prep my lemon juice. Cut, squeeze, strain, and bottle your juice. That way it's easier to pour when it comes time to measure. Then beat up some ice. Add ice cubes to the Lewis bag and roll it up. If you don't have a Lewis bag, you can just use a bar towel. Just fold it up so the ice can't escape. With the Lewis bag rolled, beat it up like the comment section on a political Facebook post. Put all your pent-up aggression to good use. Fill your Collins glass with crushed ice and set it aside. Next, we're going to measure half an ounce of vodka, add that to the shaker. Measure half an ounce of gin, add that to the shaker. Measure half an ounce of rum, add that to the shaker. Measure half an ounce of tequila, add that to the shaker. Measure half an ounce of orange liqueur, add that to the shaker. Measure 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, add that to the shaker. Measure 2 teaspoons of rich simple syrup, add that to the shaker. With this measuring spoon, that's 2 pours. Add ice, and give it a good shake to chill it down and give it some dilution. Then strain the contents of your shaker over the crushed ice in your Collins glass. Pop open your Mexicoke, and pour it in your glass. We're aiming for 3/4 of an ounce. but it's okay to eyeball this one. Stick in your fancy straw and stir it around to integrate the added sweetness and coloring of the cup. That way it'll look more like iced tea. Slice a good swath of lemon peel, being careful not to cut into the white pith. Express the oils of your lemon twist over the drink and drop it in for garnish. And that's all there is to it. A little more respectable, a little more refined. The Long Island iced tea. Enjoy. Click here for more videos. Be sure to subscribe and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.